Hey, is this
Why? Who's this?
this is Dan. I actually work with Ray. We're the gentleman you are under contract with to purchase your Scottsdale property there.
The contract that I want to get out of. I'm going to try to cancel. Isn't there a grace period like of 24 hours or three to? I know it's 3 to 5 days if it's under attorney review. I don't know how your contracts work, but this contract he gave me was not a good contract, and he worked me really fast. Talked me. I've never made a deal that fast. I would never make a deal that fast. That's my mistake for signing it, but I don't want to do the contract.
Well, we don't have any grace period or anything, or I guess what's the main reason for wanting to
Well,
cancel there?
I think I was misrepresented, and it's not a fair deal. It's not a fair deal at all.
Like
I
the
mean,
terms or the price or what's
the
not
price,
fair
the
about
price
it?
is not price is not a fair. It's not a fair price. I mean, I told him I wanted 250, and I thought it was what we agreed on. So I went in, started signing, and before I knew it, I was done. And I looked at it and it said 240. I wouldn't sell it for anything less than 250. There's no way.
Yeah, because I mean it's and we've been doing this for a long time, and I'm not saying one thing's correct or incorrect, but a lot of people tell us different scenarios on why they don't want to sell or something changed or maybe they got a
Well,
higher offer or
no. Well, I mean, I know I can get. I know for a fact I'll get higher offers. That's not a question. It's just the whole way the whole thing went down was just too fast for me, and it doesn't sit well with me at all. And I want an opportunity to go out and listen to 3 or 4 people and see and pick the one who has the highest offer. And that's what I tried explaining to him yesterday, that I wanted some time to just, he was my first person that made me an offer. And then I wanted to wait and listen to some other people, because I already have 2 other companies that are 3 companies that have been calling me that want it.
yeah.
And I mean, and they're going to easily go 250 to 250. They're going to have a bidding war starting at 250 is what they're going to do.
Yeah, I mean, well
So,
that I mean if you signed and agreed with us at a certain price and then, you know, saying that, hey, I'm going to go and try to get more money.
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I wasn't even in my right mind when I signed this contract. And if I need to get my doctor, if I need to get my lawyer to get my doctor's statement to state that, that's fine. I can do that. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to be held to this contract. I mean, I was not in the right mental state when I signed it.
Right. Well, here's what
I'm
I'll
not even.
suggest. I mean, like I said, we're pretty reasonable people here, and feel like you didn't get a fair shake or whatever the situation is. We obviously want you to be comfortable and you to be happy working with us. I mean, I think we just opened up the escrow, so what I'll suggest here is why don't we stick to the process? We do our walkthrough. We get in there. We're so early on in the process. I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but if the condition's good and there's an opportunity for us to increase a more competitive bid, that way you're happy with the transaction and get
I
things
feel more
moving. Then
comfortable. I feel more comfortable just calling it a day and just saying, you know what, it was nice. It was nice to try, but we didn't. It's not a good fit.
yeah, I mean that is definitely not an option for us. I mean, especially after the information you just gave me. I mean, it's obviously you're not happy with the price, and
No, that's not what I said. And if you read the letter I sent to Ray, it explains why I want to cancel.
okay, do
And
you have a medical condition right
yes, I
now?
do. Yes, I
What is
do.
it?
I have my mental condition is I'm extremely bipolar, and I'm disabled for my mind mentally for chronic depression. And
Yeah.
I've been in the middle of I was in the middle of yesterday, and he called me. I told him, I said my mind's not right, and then we continued, and I should have right then. It was my fault for not stopping the conversation, but I was just I was just in the middle of a major mind meltdown, and went through this process. I would never in my life ever talk on the phone and then go and sit in front of a computer in my right mind and sign something that fast. I would always sleep on it overnight
Yeah.
and think about it. And it just happened so fast, and I don't know what he just fast talked me, and my mind was just going and racing, and and it's not a good situation.
Yeah.
And it's just
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna go back and talk with Ray and stuff, but I don't think anyone grabbed your grabbed you or forced you to sign anything or forced you to do anything. I mean,
No, no, no,
all
you
the
did not. No, no, you did not. You did not. You did not force me to do anything. I agree with that.
so
I'm just saying that I was not in my right mind, and I mean, I believe I can argue that if I need to in court, and
okay.
I can get I can get my attorney to do that with my doctor, and I just got the phone with my doctor right now for an emergency meeting with him, my psychiatrist, and
Okay.
you know we can go from there, and then if that doesn't work, then I guess I'll have to go to 3 on my side or one of those companies that on the TV to find out see if they can get me out of this thing.
I mean, yeah, we still want to work with something. I mean, if you're, obviously you're selling, I mean, you're selling the property. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah, I believe I still am. Yeah.
I mean, the other thing I can propose is that if you don't want to do the deal right now, it's fine. It is what it is. But, if you want to do it within the next 12 months, you just have to sell it back to us at the agreed upon price and terms. Or, like I said, I can try to work and get you a more competitive bid, given that we work through the process, which,
That's fine. That's not going to happen, though. I mean, that's not going to happen. You're not going to give me a higher bid. I mean, it's just not going to happen.
okay. Then, yeah, I mean, we can have your attorney talk with our attorneys and I guess
But then, if you want to do that, if you want to do business this way, that's fine. I mean, there's a lot of animosity and going into it, and my
yeah,
tenant's in there right now. I'm not sure what kind of shape it's going to be in when you see it. I mean, you may see it and say, I don't want it at 240. I mean,
yeah, we don't
I
want to
don't
do
know.
that, but at the same time, I mean, some of the stuff you're telling me is quite outlandish.
What's outlandish about it? That
You're
a
making
person
it
has
sound like
that
we
a person
forced
has a
you to do
mental.
something.
No, he just caught me in the middle of a mental episode, and I did mention to him my mind wasn't right, and then he continued on and continued on and continued on working me,
Right.
and then he said, and he sent me a document, and I said, I'll review it and I'll get back to you tomorrow. He said, no, you can sign it, and I don't know what I was thinking, and I started signing it, and that was stupid of me.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then
out of
as soon as
over 500 deals I've done, I've never, and I've canceled contracts. I've let people out of it. Out of full transparency, over 500 deals I've done, I've never heard someone stating something like this. That's why I'm having a hard time
okay, well, I
believing
mean,
it. But
you can look it up. I mean, you can look it up and see.
yeah,
I mean, you can read. I mean, unfortunately, mental illness is a serious situation, and being disabled because of it.
yeah, but you're not. It's not like what day of the week it is. I'm sure you drive a car and
Yes, I
get
do.
a
Yeah.
mentally someone who knows what day of the week it is, who can drive an automobile, who can get around. I mean, that's
Okay.
no
Okay.
question of mental
So
capacity.
where are we at? So you're not going to cancel the contract?
Well, I mean, like I said, I think we can go through the process, and if I could try to get you more money, if that's what you're upset with, we can try to do that. Like I said, I'm not trying to be totally unreasonable to you, which I hope you see.
At what point
Or
would you decide? At that point, by the time you decide you're going to give me more money or not, I'm already going to lose 3 other offers that are probably going to be more money.
well, if you can get us in, within the next 1 to 3 days, we can
And
get someone out.
I have to give 48-hour notice to the tenant before I can show it.
Okay. Well, why don't you give the
That's 2 days.
48-hour notice? We can get in there. I mean, after we do our walkthrough, our due diligence takes less than 10 days. So, I mean, we're talking from the time you give the notice to the time you, I guess, figure out with us that it is 1,000% a go. We're talking a 10 to 14-day time frame. So I don't think you're going to lose out too much if we can keep it all together, get you a little more money to make you happy. I think, that's a win-win scenario.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be happy unless I walk with 250 at minimum. And that's what I thought he told me yesterday. He agreed to it because he asked me what I wanted, and I said between 260 and 250. Well, I think I said 250, and then he came back and said I can do. He talked to whoever his underwriter, and then they said it was 230 or 240 or something like that. He came back at, and I said no, it's got to be 250, and that's where I thought we were at when I signed the papers. But it's my fault for not reading it.
Yeah.
So it's my fault and no one else's. I just thought maybe you'd have a little empathy and some compassion and possibly just cancel the contract and move on from there.
Of course, and that's why I'm trying to, I guess, put up some scenarios. And like I said, if we really want to play hardball, it's saying, hey, you signed and that's the price we're agreeing upon. But I get things happen. So I think, hey, if we run with this and we can pay you the more money after we see it, then let's do that. I'm not saying I can, but I'm not saying I can't. That's all. But obviously that's where you're at in order to get the deal done. So I know that, if we don't give you that, then we're going to go down this legal route, which we don't want to do. So I know where you're definitely at, is that you want a more competitive offer. If there's an opportunity for us to increase that and get to that, then to make the deal work, then that's obviously what we have to do. But like I said, I'm just not saying I can, not saying I can't. That's all. I can have my transaction coordinator, Bree. She's on our team. She sets up the walkthroughs and stuff. Maybe why don't you give the renter the notice, and then we can work with our people to, I guess, do the walkthrough. And I mean, the quicker we can do it, the quicker we can know if, hey, is this thing going to shake out or not?
Right. So you have the right to cancel if you do the walkthrough and it's not up to what you thought it was. You can cancel.
Correct. Yeah, there is a due diligence period.
Then why can't I cancel during that due diligence period?
We're the ones purchasing it, so.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I maybe I'm misinformed. I understand that any contract in the state of Arizona, you have within 24 hours to cancel. If you buy a car, if you buy a home, anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what other industries entail. I know with our contracts, I mean, it's not, like I said,
there's no lawyer review time.
Not in Arizona. We're a title company state. We're not an attorney state or anything like that. I mean, I'm from New York, so that was like attorney. I know they had like attorney review stuff, but not in Arizona.
I mean, you can simply Google it and it'll tell you that you have 3 to 5 days, and they're under attorney review on the contract.
Yeah.
It's fine. That's fine. You want to go with it, go with it. That's fine. It's going to be a miserable dealing. I can tell you that right now.
Why is that?
Just move forward and see what happens.
Okay. So are you going to be able to get us in the property, or?
I'm going to do my best. I mean, I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him right now and find out what's the best day to get in. It's my brother, and we had an agreement that wouldn't show the property until November 1st. He's been there 6 years, and he's going to be on the streets when he gets out of here, which isn't my fault. That's his own fault. I was trying to
want
to
wait
at least a month.
Wait till November to do a walkthrough?
No, I want to. I want the property gone on November 1st, like it is, like the deal we made. But I mean, I'm leaving a lot of money on the table, and it just doesn't make me feel good. I mean, it just makes me feel sick to my stomach. And it makes me regret ever taking a phone call, and that's not how a deal should be going.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm telling you, if it's possible, we can modify something or make you feel better about the deal. I'm not. And which is technically I don't have to do. I mean, but like I said, I mean, given the situation and where you're coming from, and it is what it is,
That's fine. So. That's fine. All right. So I mean, it is what it is, and I'll call him and see what he says about when I can get Bree in there.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it.
I also have to coordinate too. I'm buying another house, a different house, and I'm really tied up, busy with that too. So she's going to have to work around my schedule.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, we'll make it as easy as possible. So I'll have her maybe shoot you a text or something, and I guess go from there.
Yeah, and I'll try to talk to my brother today, and I'll get a time, a date and a time.
All right. Sounds good, David. Well,
he's going to want to be there because he's a freak about his stuff. He thinks people take his stuff, and he's kind of paranoid.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm sure it'll all work out fine. So I appreciate the time.
Except me losing about at least minimum $10,000, leaving $10,000 on the table minimum.
Well, I'm not saying I can do something, but I'm not saying I can't. So let's.
Right. I appreciate that at least.
Figure it out as we go, and I'm sure it'll all work out somehow. So.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Yes.
Thank
likewise.
You so much. Bye.